Yep.
Hey everybody, here we are in Karen's car.
Hey everyone.
Colleen's in the back, and we're going to Beval to pick up some meat that the lovely Rotary Club have allowed us to buy to restock our freezers so we can start feeding people regular meals from the floods. But we're here because, and we were just talking about, we went around today and we facilitated some gift cards for the church. Was it the church?
Yeah, so the Rotary had organised, was it the Rotary? No, well, not the Rotary. Russell from the Rotary.
Russell
yes.
from the Rotary.
That's right.
Had organised some vouchers for Woolies. Anyway, so we went around to facilitate because we've been around so many times. We figure we know who needs what.
Exactly.
Look out! What are you doing, idiot?
It's not me, it's this car.
So I know it's this car. What is he?
What the fuck is
Hello.
he doing?
Anyway, it don't matter. Move on.
We're on live video. Just.
He's on the
He's
phone.
he's on
we
the
need
pipe.
to get off.
He's on the pot.
He's on the pipe.
I know, don't worry about that. We'll put his rego up later. Anyway, so we met this man, didn't we, Karen? And he come down and we gave him some cupcakes, didn't we? Stop
so
it.
Sorry.
We gave
Yes,
him
we
some
did.
cupcakes and then a $100 voucher.
Yes.
And he says to us that the assessors have been out, hadn't they?
They had been out and they'd said to him that, and the builder was there with the assessor.
And they said, you thinking what I'm thinking,
And unfortunately.
got to be demolished.
Yes.
Okay?
Exactly.
So that was good.
Yeah, which was good, and the insurance we're going to pay out on him.
But he doesn't,
good.
yes. And then...
So then he rang his bank.
The hammer.
Yes. Yeah.
If he gets his house demolished, he cannot live down in... it's near the football club, near the soccer club of Goodna. He cannot rebuild his house there, can he?
No, that's right, exactly.
So he has
can't
to
live there,
move.
so he's got to move. But unfortunately, the bank has told him that as soon as his insurance is paid out,
It's to pay
that
his
he needs to pay
mortgage.
his mortgage out. So,
So he has no house,
no,
no land,
no.
and we all know how much the government will buy the land for, 4 and 6,
Yes, that's right, exactly.
because it's not worth anything.
Yes.
So, I mean, these are stories that we're going to be hearing all along.
It
I mean,
is.
there's streets down there like Cox Street and Enid Street and Lower Mill Street that are just low. So what are they going to do? Just bulldoze it and what? Grow daisies on it?
So I think a bit of the moral of this story is that everyone's normally on the backs of the insurance companies, and rightly so. But I don't think that they always do, the right thing. But
We need
what
to make the
don't-
banks accountable now
But we do. That's
for the
exactly
way that
right.
they're treating him. I mean, like, if he gets another house built,
At
he
that
said
property.
he doesn't have enough money to build another house, does
No.
he, in his insurance?
No, his insurance won't cover the rebuilding of his home.
Yeah, so
But yeah.
So the
It is very
people
sad.
that,
There's
the
gonna be
people
a
that
lot
can
of people-
afford to have flood insurance,
Yeah.
I mean, he had flood insurance, so he thought obviously he was lucky.
Yeah.
And now he's found that A, his house is going to be demolished,
Yeah.
B, he can't build back on his land,
Correct.
and C, has to pay all his mortgage. So for the next 20 years that he could have paid his mortgage off, now he has to rent, and I believe, his wife isn't of good health.
No, she's not. She has definitely some special needs that need to be looked at.
So I don't know, like we need to get people onto this, and we need to make sure that these people are treated properly. Like they are not responsible for the rain.
No.
So why are they being held accountable
Exactly.
for the rain?
That's-
Why should
that's
this
right.
man now have no house, no land, and very little money left, and he'll have to rent? Well, we don't even get started on the rents.
No, well, because the rents have gone sky high, as well as obviously with the flood inundation that's happened around the area.
That's right.
There's going to be an immense amount of lack of property.
So, like when's somebody going to stand up and go, you know what, we're responsible for this. We're responsible for the river. Who's responsible for the river?
Yes, well, I'm not quite sure.
And who's going to look after his wife?
And who's going to look after his wife?
Exactly.
It's okay, and don't get me wrong, I love it when pollies come out and they see the places and everything like that, but, what are they going to do? What are they going to do in 5 years when we flood again?
Yeah, and that's the sad thing about it. But, look, we're doing what we can, obviously, and
We're off to get meat?
We have to get meat, I think, from what date was it we're going to get...
From what date, Colleen?
Colleen?
Monday.
Monday.
Monday next week. We'll be serving meals at the Haven. We've restored power.
We'll be serving lunch
and dinner
for free.
For
those that are working on their houses and
correct,
flooded.
flood affected. So keep an eye on your Facebook. We'll make sure that that everyone's kept up to date. And of course, Helen, Steve and I will be back around to the affected areas with as much support as we possibly can over the coming days.
I think that the thing that we have to realise that those that are working in this heat, I mean, like, I don't know about anyone else, but it does my head in.
It does.
You know, these meals will be meals with nourishment, with vitamins, with everything that they need to keep going for this long haul that they've got in front of them. And the kids can come down and everything like that. So keep note of the Facebook. But we thought while we were just
travelling out to the mega meets at Bouval,
and the fact that we were nearly on our deathbed.
Well, not quite. Not quite.
Lucky I wasn't driving the Kona. We would just put this out and put it out there and start a conversation about what should happen now. You know, like, what's this bloke going to do? And the more people talk about it and the more people shoot out stuff on Facebook and that, then hopefully the more we hold these banks and government officials and all of this accountable
and
for the fact that
companies and
everybody,
just to make sure,
we are the end users. That's what, and we are the losers. There's a lot of people to blame before us. Then how come it always comes and rests on us?
Exactly.
And us, the residents.
That's right.
Lose.
I mean, at the end of the day, which is a saying that I don't necessarily like, but we've got the victims of the 2011.
Victim myself, I was.
But yes, you were. Your business went under. Still have not seen a red cent
That's exactly right.
come through. Now, you know what? It's all bureaucracy, and to be perfectly honest, it's just crappy ivory tower people that are sitting there trying to make you and I, making it harder for us every single day.
That's white collar bullshit. That's what it is.
That's
Nobody
exactly
wants to
right.
put their hand up. You know, well, if I can teach my children, if you do the wrong thing, put the hand up.
Correct.
And be honest, then why can't these people be honest? Now, that man should not be losing his house. Somebody should be walking in and say, you know what? We need to move you.
Yes.
Don't worry about it. We will take whatever insurance you get. We will sort it all out. But we will move you and you will have a house. Like they did in Grantham.
That's it.
You know, if this place is going to flood all the time,
Yeah.
then we can't let them live there. Well, if it's not a livable area, then we need to move them to a livable area.
Correct.
Can you imagine how much it's cost the council to fix this?
Oh, let's not talk about that. But
There you go.
what I'm saying is that it starts the conversation. We don't want to see in another 11 years for these people to be still waiting for compensation, because that's how long it's taken so far for the 2011 floods. So anyone that's watching on Facebook that has any type of claim that's going in, you'll understand exactly what we're saying.
Exactly right.
And as I said, it is the bureaucratic, bullshit. Sorry to swear, but that's basically what it is.
It's absolute bullshit. It was bullshit in 2011.
Yep.
It's still being bullshitted through the courts.
Absolutely.
At the tune of like millions and millions of dollars.
Mhm.
They know who was wrong.
Correct.
Put your hand up. Pay the people what they own. Half of these houses were still not fixed from 2011, and the other half, they have to take their little bit of money that we're going to get from 2011 and rebuild 10 years later.
Correct.
So what
exactly.
you got to do, guys, share this post, get it around, make some noise, make people accountable. Okay, get in there and tell people enough's enough and it's wrong.
Exactly.
Okay, these people deserve to be treated better at the end of the day.
And
So-
and that's the other thing. Look, I think just a very quick one. Now I don't know the exact numbers, and I know we've got to get off the off air in a second. But let's look at where we spend the money. I do believe that it might have been in the vicinity of $200 million was spent to ensure that the Ipswich Highway didn't flood down in Oxley. Did that go under just?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, what about that? They'd
I'm
only
not quite
just
sure
finished the Ipswich motorway at
Correct.
Goodna when the 2011 flooded, and it flooded right the
Exactly.
way over the top.
So maybe we need to not just look at, how much money we're spending, but maybe have a look at the engineers,
infrastructure.
and the infrastructure, and maybe have a look at those planning people that actually decide that this money needs to be spent. But anyway, that's it from me. I try not to be as political as my counterpart, Mr. Stephen Purcell.
But
But we have to, and,
But we
it's
have
got
to.
to be said like it's said. There's no use bullshitting because that's all we've been.
Exactly.
All we've had is people bullshitting to us.
That's right.
So we don't want to bullshit. We want to put it out there. We heard it out of a man's mouth, and now we need to make sure that this man and the rest of them aren't going to be hard done by this. So share it out, guys. Make some noise, and we'll go get meat. And from Monday, come down and enjoy it.
Absolutely, and we'll have some lovely meals.
Colleen will be cooking them.
Colleen will be cooking
Best
them.
cook in the world.
Absolutely. You never know. You might even have a little light entertainment. On
Yes.
the TV.
Right.
Oh, Karen
About
might,
what?
Karen might actually sing.
Oh, I
We
might
might
actually
sing.
sing. You never
Yes,
know. We'll put
there
a bit of
you
There you go. I'll come down.
go.
Ipswich's greatest showman. Apparently, I've got a jacket that says so.
Oh, there's another broken down car.
There you go. All right, guys. See you later.
See you, bye.